Good afternoon. My name is Don Jakes. I'm the Deputy Information Officer on the Great Basin National Incident Management Team 2 that's assisting in the management of the August Complex Northeast Zone. And I'll be providing to you the afternoon update for October 10th. I want to go ahead and give you a little bit of an overview of the map that we'll be looking at today. And as you look at the map, we will be talking about the fire area that is depicted here in red. And as you go over to the east, we have the communities of Redding that's a little bit further off of the map, Pasquinta over here to the southeast. This is the Highway 36 corridor as it traverses along and through portions of the fire area. And then of course we have some of the other communities of Hayfork up here to the north, Post Mountain, Platina and Begum that we're looking at here that's just kind of north of the fire area. Well, I want to go ahead and tell you a little bit about what's been going on with the fire. And really today, one of the big stories is that the fire itself has been moderated quite a bit because of the humidity and some of the moisture that we've received in this area. This morning, the humidity was quite high all along the fire area. And then this afternoon, we have received some precipitation. Here just north of Irish Mountain, we received almost 1/10 of an inch. It was 0.09 inches that were received here. As you come into the area kind of north of Begum Creek, that was just about, a couple of hundredths of an inch. And then as you go up into Hayfork, they received also a couple hundredths of an inch. One thing that's interesting to note, if you went a little bit further to the west, kind of over north of Dinsmore, we did have some reports of over 4/10 of an inch of rain. So it really varied depending upon exactly where you were at in the fire area. Today's estimates, as we have this afternoon, the fire is now, as you look at the entire August complex, we are now at 1,026,947 acres. And we are at 69% containment. As far as the northeast zone, which is the area that we are talking about, we are at 269,938 acres. So what does that moisture mean? What's really been happening today? As I mentioned before, because that moisture's been in there, the fire really hasn't moved a lot, as kind of evidenced by some of those acreage numbers that we talked about. If you come over here yesterday at this time, there was a lot of fire activity going on south of Irish Mountain. Some spotting that had occurred here, just again over some of our anticipated kind of alternate lines that we had been looking at. Today, that was a different story. The rain came in and fire crews were able to get in and go directly to the fire's edge, looking at those spots and really working on those specific control lines. If you go down south of Post Mountain, we've had the Marines and other firefighters that have been working along this fire's edge that's just south of Highway 36, and again being able to get in, go direct on those lines, putting in some additional control measures and so forth, and strengthening the work that's already been done there. So this is looking really good in here, and we're hopeful in the next few days that along these sections we may actually be able to start to call part of these things contained. Now if you look a little bit further to the east, here in the area that we're kind of calling now the thumb of the fire here in the Begum Creek area, fire crews, this area of the fire really stayed in the same footprint, so we didn't see a lot of movement of the fire there, again because of that humidity and the precipitation. But fire crews going in there, again working on both sides, going directly to the fire's edge, installing and strengthening the lines that have already been created. We're also looking at opportunities a little bit further south, kind of in the Pony Buck Mountain area, going in here, working on some of the, mopping up some of the burnout operations that they had been doing in here, as well as looking at areas they could perhaps put in additional control lines, some dozer lines or other things to be able to pinch this off so that the fire really doesn't have anywhere to go if it does want to try in the next few days to make a push or so forth to the north. So again, overall, the fire activity was very mild today, but we saw a lot of success, and we anticipate over the next couple of days as that moisture remains that fire crews are going to again be able to have this window to be able to get in there, really get some good work on those control lines, and we're hoping to see additional containment soon. If you do have further questions, we would ask you to go ahead and look at our August Complex INSEE webpage, or at any of the 3 national forests, the 6 rivers, the Shasta-Trinity, or the Mendocino National Forest Facebook pages. Again, thank you for your time this afternoon.